The very thing we breathe out as waste? How do we bottle it up and drink it? Think about it. Every time you exhale, your body gets rid of carbon dioxide. Yet when we crack open a cold soda, that sharp, refreshing fizz we love so much, that is the exact same gas pumped right back into our drinks. It feels like a distinctly modern, factory-made invention, a product of sterile labs, artificial syrups, and giant metal tanks. But today, on Simple Things Surprising Histories, we are tracing the bizarre origins of the fizzy drink. Were they invented by a modern chemist, or did the first bubbles come from somewhere entirely unexpected? The journey to your refrigerator is a lot stranger than you think. To find the first fizzy drinks, we have to travel far away from modern factories and look deep underground. Long before we had cola or lemon-lime sodas, Mother Nature was already brewing her own carbonated beverages. Beneath the Earth's surface, naturally occurring volcanic gases, specifically carbon dioxide, seeped into natural mineral springs. This created water that was naturally effervescent. For thousands of years, humans were fascinated by this boiling water that wasn't actually hot. The ancient Greeks and Romans bathed in these sparkling springs, believing the bubbles held mystical healing powers. Fast forward to the 1500s, and towns built around these natural springs became massive luxury resorts. Places like Spa in Belgium or Niederselters in Germany drew people from all over Europe. In fact, that German town, Niederselters, is exactly where we get the word seltzer today. But back then, you didn't drink seltzer for fun. It was considered serious medicine, used to treat everything from indigestion to scurvy. The only problem? The bubbles would go flat before the water could be transported long distances, meaning this natural fizz remained a luxury only for those who could travel to it. That geographical limitation finally changed in the year 1767, thanks to an English clergyman and scientist named Joseph Priestley. Priestley happened to live right next door to a local brewery. He started noticing a strange, invisible, heavy gas pooling over the giant wooden vats of fermenting beer. Now, back in the 18th century, science hadn't yet named carbon dioxide. They didn't know what it was. They simply called this mysterious heavy gas fixed air. Being a curious scientist, Priestley suspended a bowl of plain water directly above the fermenting beer. To his amazement, the water absorbed this fixed air, creating a sparkling, bubbly drink that tasted just like the expensive mineral water from European resorts. Priestley had just invented artificially carbonated water. He published a famous paper on how to impregnate water with fixed air, essentially teaching the world how to infuse water with CO2. But the crazy part? He never patented it. He simply gave the secret away to the world. So, how did we go from a bowl of water above a beer vat to the sweet sodas we know today? Soon after Priestley's discovery, an entrepreneur named Johann Schwepp, yes, that Schwepp, figured out a way to mass-produce and bottle this bubbly water. By the early 1800s, artificial seltzer was being sold in pharmacies everywhere. But remember, it was still considered medicine, and plain carbonated water tasted pretty bitter, so clever pharmacists started adding things to make the medicine go down easier. A splash of ginger, a squeeze of lemon, extracts from roots and barks, and eventually a heavy dose of sugar. These local pharmacy soda fountains exploded in popularity. What started as bitter medicine for an upset stomach slowly transformed into a sweet, everyday treat. And that's the surprising history of the fizzy drink. What began as a rare geological accident deep within the earth is now cracked open millions of times a day around the world. So the next time you exhale and then take a sip of your favorite sparkling drink, remember you're drinking a piece of history that dates back to ancient mineral springs. If you loved this journey into the origins of everyday things, please hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to Simple Things Surprising Histories. Until next time, stay curious.